I wanna share my love, but it's gotta be with someone who's precious. You're never gonna get my love, accepting that you're real, real precious. You're never gonna cramp my style, baby, cause I get a lot of pleasure. And if you wanna test my style, you better have a whole lot of measure. Cause I'm a rock back chick, never tag along the never look back chick. Trendy, a little crazy, intelligently singing rock back chick. No sticks, no stones, or any kind of weapon don't belong here. I don't wanna break no bones, I just want a microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7 a.m. This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. I'm Julian Skeet.
And I am William Richardson George. And good morning to you, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning, Caribbean. Those of you viewing us on the live. Julian, good morning. How are you today?
Doing quite fine, Rhea. We want to definitely give thanks this morning. You know, it's the second working day of the year. Today, in fact, is officially Tuesday, the 4th of January, 2021. And we really want to continue to give God thanks for all His blessings, Rhea, particularly here in our Tobago space. We continue to look forward. Oh my gosh, Rhea, I'm still saying 2021. 2022.
Don't worry, Julian.
It's Tuesday, the 4th of January, 2022.
That's right. I was confessing to Cassie this morning that yesterday I wrote several bills at the store yesterday, and I dated them the 3rd of the 12th. 21.
By
the time I noticed, it was already midday. So, so I think we're all still trying to come to terms with the fact that it's a new year, it's a new month, it's a new day, a new month, and a new year. So
yes, I think that's so natural in the lineup. All right. So Rhea, we on our rundown this morning. We are having conversations because this issue, I want to suspect quite naturally, will continue to take a lot of focus in terms of, we saw where there were special areas set up at the national level to cater for public officers, public servants, public sector officers in order to come and vaccinate and so on. And you know, we had some indication that the numbers are coming along. But very slowly. It's increasing, but increasing from what was already a very low rate.
Right.
You know, so it's not anything major, anything to talk about in any kind of significant way. And we will also want to definitely get some insight into what's happening here in our Tobago space in an effort to assist with vaccinating, you know, public officers and so on, whether there be that level of focus. Because we're also facing a time where we have had a very high rate.
Yes, of deaths.
Yes.
Cases, deaths. Also, well, in line with what you are saying, Tutor is not in support of the mandatory vaccinations by the government. So we're going to be hearing, well, not on the program today, but certainly Mr. Braden Roberts, the Tutor president, has something to say on that.
Yeah, and we would have also seen yesterday the start of the school term, you know, in some good news. I saw out in the numbers, I saw Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, as well as Secretary for Education, Zorisha Hackett, and also Assistant Secretary, you know, Orlando Kerr, visiting the Speyside High School. Yes. And it was good. It's good in the context that I would not expect anything different from the Chief Secretary than to start in his own area.
That's right.
Than to start in his own area. In fact, he can just wake up and, you know, step out from there. In fact, they probably so accustomed already to the fact of the official vehicles in and out on a morning and evening. So it's good that that connection would have been made very early in the school term. You know, as a means of encouragement and motivation. Yeah. And certainly all three, if my information is accurate, as if I can recall well, come out of the teaching service, the Chief Secretary, the Secretary, and the Assistant Secretary.
That's right. So we expect great things within that division of education.
So there's very, very high expectations.
All right. So coming up on the program this morning, Julian.
Right. So we begin this morning with Nkosi Phillips, political leader, Unity of the People. And then we continue the discussions with Dr. Winford James, political analyst and economist.
Yeah, and a little bit later on,
we have Ira Martha, and that's president of the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and we're speaking to Matt's new executive. And we close this morning with Cicely Louis, that's CEO of Kiss Cosmetics, giving us a little insight there. Where I suspect that segment, you'll have to take that one.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Any birthday shout-outs today, Julian? Do you have any? I've got a few.
Yeah, Rhea, you go ahead. You get us started.
All right. So today, celebrating her birthday is Denise Danielle Roberts of Bethel. Happy birthday going out to you. Lots of love from the entire Wesleyan Holiness Church family. Lots of love going out to you, Denise. You are special to us. We love you dearly, and we trust that you have a really great day. As well as Lynette Bacchus, celebrating her birthday today. Lynette, lots of love going out to you in fact, from all your friends and family. I know you're going to be rejoicing and celebrating with the family wherever you are, whether it's Trinidad or Tobago. So have a great day as well.
Rian, and we also have some birthday celebrations coming in for Rhonda Wood. We want to ensure that you have a great birthday, and this is coming from the entire family. You know, your brothers and I think it's the big brothers and and the entire family sending out birthday greetings to you, and also to Natasha James Bedlow. Happy birthday to you. We're sending out birthday greetings from the Tobago Updates family. Where we have any anniversaries in the mix this morning?
I've got no anniversaries on my list.
All right. And our viewers, we just, of course, want to continue to encourage you to connect with us via Tobago Updates. This is the morning show of your choice, and we want to thank you for the continued love and support, that we get each and every morning. In fact, I went to the beach on Sunday over the course of the weekend, and entire family, and when this lady walked by the car and she stopped and she paused for a moment staring, so I thought, oh my God, I didn't have on my mask, and I got back to the car. She was uneasy. She said, Tobago Updates, right? So I'm saying good morning to you.
Right.
I'm sorry I didn't get the name, but good
right.
morning to you, and thank you very much for continuing to tune in to the Tobago Updates morning show, coming to you live here from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Viewers, we want to remind you, continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
To all Tobagonians and visitors of this beautiful island, the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is seeking your efforts and support in keeping a clean and organized, friendly environment. In doing so, drop-off bins are located at strategic areas around Tobago for your recyclable materials such as plastics, aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and Tetra packs in bags, and let's protect our environment. Our own Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is here to propel that change. Look for the white bin nearest to your area.
Carnival is the time when you let yourself go to that place in your soul that your mind want to go, holding on to a bumper and just whining away your life. So when you see them girls coming and they whining down low, it have nobody outside there, you know? And that's a sad thing, because we want to get back to some level of normalcy, and the only way to do that is by taking the vaccine. So TNT, let's do this. Let's get back to normal. Please don't hesitate. Vaccinate.
Citizens, get the vaccine for you, me, and TNT. Kindly sponsored by NLCB, DeSalcott.
Jump up and down like you just don't care. It's carnival time. You can feel it in the air. This I wanna go on clear.
on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good
Morning. Viewers, welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. And we are chatting at this time with Nkosi Phillips, the political leader of the Unity of the People. This morning, Nkosi is on the program to clear the air on a situation that I guess you'll tell us more about it. Nkosi, good morning and welcome.
Pleasant good morning to you, Ria. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to Tobago and the listening public. Trinidad and Tobago by extension. Happy New Year and good morning.
Good morning. Now, Nkosi, let me just pave the way a little bit here for you, for those viewers out there who are not sure what you're here to clear the air on. A few days ago, there was a video, in fact there were several videos, more than one video, posted on social media where you were speaking about being discriminated against by the TTPS. Are we clear on that?
Yes, we're clear on
that. You subsequently called names of police, one or two police officers, one or more police officers, let me see, who may have been involved in this act of discrimination against you.
All right.
Okay. You can take it up from there.
So it was just one officer, but I was not. I was speaking because that officer was in the vehicle,
right,
and should have known better than to have this type of discussion and this type of behavior carried on.
Right.
The original video where I was venting the feelings, some, I was not supposed to say idiot, but some person took it and sent it out, but how they recorded it, they did not edit the original version. And what I said in regards to that said officer individually being the bigger person in the vehicle.
All right.
So how it was cut and paste and how it was put together, it sounds as if I'm, bashing that individual person.
Right. But tell us, let's start from the beginning. What happened? Where were you? And tell us what happened.
Right. I can't give much detail because I said I would be contesting a ticket in March.
Right.
As advised by my lawyer, as much as I can say is that I was on my way from the graveyard, and while coming down, I stopped to answer the phone because I was drinking something before, and I stopped to answer the phone. And
were you walking? Were you
I was
driving?
walking, sorry, walking. And by digging in the bag, I just saw the flash, so the car passed, and I didn't look because I was still looking in the bag.
Okay,
so
we just need to take a very quick break here, viewers. Continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. We're still chatting this morning with Nkosi Phillips, the political leader of the Unity of the People. Nkosi is on the program, as we mentioned, viewers, to clear the air. So you were walking and
I
stopped to take a phone call.
Right. So the vehicle passed, but I did not. My head was in the back, so I was not even focusing on the vehicle. But it's when I saw the light coming back, the reverse, then the tone and the way how they approached me. So when I was
were you wearing a mask?
Yes, I pulled up the mask because. Well, I pulled up the mask immediately because when I saw the light come back, I saw, because as I said, I have, even in my handbag, I still have the bottle that I was drinking, but they never even asked anything. The way how they approached me, what they said, it struck into defense mode immediately.
Okay, what did they say?
Right, first they said, "Sir, come here." So I was like, I didn't respond because firstly my head was still in the bag and I did not listen because That's not my title. I have no titles to my name, and that's not how you speak to people.
Right.
When I hear they say it again, I say, come here. So I look up because I like, Mommy ain't seen anybody. So when I look, I see the car reversing. So immediately I pulled up the mask one time because I said I was just drinking something. And when they come, sir, they may calling you, and I said, excuse me, do not speak to me like that, and do not refer to me like that, because I have no titles to my name, and I'm sure you all aware of my name. If you all don't have respect, they keep on saying it over and over, and they're making joke out of it. So immediately now, when they asked me ID, I said, what you want my ID for? We're gonna give you a face mask. I said, just so. So when I did now, I was giving them static. I called, the way they was carrying on again, I called my lawyer one time and asked them what she said. Don't give them no static, just listen to them. When they were there now, and thinking, and I'm giving them, because I'm not playing. The way how they're behaving, what they were saying, I
want you to tell us this
No, I cannot, because I'm going to use that to fight my ticket. So I cannot say much. I'm not supposed to say much, right? All I can say is that they were very disgusting in the way how they were behaving and what they were saying. While I was going on, 2 other ladies were coming on without face masks on. So I said to them, I said, listen, so what about these 2 women? The officer in the front said, ma'am, I'll pull up on the mask and have a good night. Just like that. So I said, but so why is it they giving me a face mask ticket and those don't have no face mask? You don't study that. So I said, okay, so I pulled out my phone one time. Then while I was videotaping and making my comments and stuff, another lady was coming on the road with the face mask below her chin. I said, so let me see for like, because in the video you will see her crossing. They call her because I said, let me see for like giving her a ticket. They called the lady to the car to ask the lady about my sexuality and if I'm a man or woman. And the woman said, you are the officer. I have it on recording.
How many officers were
there?
There
were 4 officers in the vehicle, right? And she went around to the car. And that is what they was asking the lady. They even went as far as when I got my ticket, I grabbed my ticket out of the officer's hand. They even went as far when I came back down and I asked the lady, I said, they give you a ticket. He said, see me, I want to get into that because I told them I'm not about the nonsense because they was making joke. And they said to her, go on the Facebook Live, you can see it. We now give it a ticket. And you can see it making a Facebook Live as it. And I have her recorded. I have the evidence of her saying it because I went to make sure and get her information as to what was happening and why she didn't receive the ticket. So I have witnesses to that. Listen, this nonsense has to stop because it's not now. And let me get this clear, there are good police officers in this service. But you see those men and you see the men type of it, they are too hypocritical. And I vented my feelings and I did it on my WhatsApp and I did it on my status. And I never posted. I never posted anything because that individual reporter said I posted it and I never posted anything. They even edited it and do all this nonsense with NCW want to be comedian trying to make fun of it. The people, our society is taking things like this too much to continue to making a joke out of it. And I'm not making any joke of it. I'm not using this as an initiative to come after the police service to get something. The only thing I'm going to get out of it is an end to discrimination and an end to their attitudes and behaviors towards public and society. Because it's not now. It's not now. It's happening a long time. Even when the former commissioner of police had their flying squad, that's how I used to call them. You used to see the black vehicles pull up in Buku, and they have the boy's head and them on the ground and had their foot on the ground. Even in the vehicle, they put the boy neck in the vehicle, the young boy, and driving with it. This nonsense has to stop and nobody's saying anything.
Nico, see, these are things that you have seen over
Yes, it's seen it. Listen. It doesn't make sense reporting it because everybody have a friend or a family, and those people in authority, they don't do anything. Right? It has to stop somewhere. And everybody in Tobago is just silent on the fact that because they have a police friend or they have a thing. I have friends too. But I don't, if I see an officer that I know, I don't say, Nelly Gill or whoever. If I see them, I say officer by their title. Right. I have respect. Not because me and your friend. If you come to me private and rely on me, that is a difference. But I show respect to everybody. And everybody using this thing of gender. The things that I want to say.
So is it that you can only be respected based on your gender once your gender is identified? What?
It's not only that. It's a matter of you doing your work and you are not carrying your individual name. You are carrying the TTPS and in public life, right? You're supposed to show that sense of respect throughout your When you're home, or if you're home and you personally want to tell me something, you can tell me and I will answer you back to suit.
Right.
But in public office and to serve the public, that there's a difference with that.
All right. Now there's a tablet on the desk this morning, and I want you to tell us the significance of this tablet in relation to clearing the air.
In regards to that, this device, as I said, last year I gave 868 devices, tablets, and laptops to Trinidad and Tobago. And one of the things that I was doing, we started it off in December. We realized, I have some officer friends who are special needs kids, and they are flustered with the type of work we're getting through the COVID.
Right.
They say that they can't afford for their child. They're getting no help from the government in regards to them getting social help. So I would have spoke to some sponsors in Trinidad to ask them, let's start an initiative during the January to March. Right. On getting devices for them and hampers to the police service, men and women who have special needs kids or 3 and 4 children. Right. So let's help them out. The initiative was service to men is equal to service to family. That is what the initiative title was. Men is equal to service to family. Right? Because they're not spending enough time with their family. So this was the devices that we were planning to bring in, along with a hamper for specific officers. We're going to look and see if they have social problems. And because some officers are not even telling the service what happened to them privately. So I have persons in there who are looking and trying to get information. Because of this video and how people put this video in the media, that whole project is off.
Your sponsors,
the sponsors said if it isn't addressed properly, they will pull, but they have already pulled for now. And I told them, I said, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the families with the children, especially the officers with the special needs kids, and see what it is. But they said once it is not addressed properly, they are going to pull. And even though it's going to come, they're going to do it in Trinidad. Because they have been looking since June.
They're not happy with the behavior of the
officers. No, they're not been happy
Tobago.
with how I've been treated, especially in Tobago. And I'm saying it plain. They have been seeing and they've been watching me since 2020, the election coming in here. And the comments on people, the hate. And you are doing so much of work in Tobago and people not respecting what you're doing. Yes, they would not respect my choice or my life. But at the end, respect what I'm doing. And we have lost a spot. That is why with the 10,000 hamper distribution, it was mostly done in Trinidad because the sponsors are pulling from Tobago and only focusing on Trinidad. So that's what they said to me this year. After this year, they're not going to be funding any projects in Tobago. Wow. So it's difficult. It's not everybody taking this thing as a joke. It's not a joke.
Nkosi, you were on our program just before the THA elections, and I did ask the question, how do you wish to be identified? I know a lot of persons had a lot of things to say on the comments, and persons contacted you, persons contacted me, they put it up on the live and stuff. But I just want to be clear again this morning, as an individual, Nkosi Philip, how do you wish to be identified? I think the public needs to know how you wish to be identified so that this doesn't happen again.
And Ria, as much as I would like to give the answer, I decline. Let me tell you why. It's not the first time we're having this conversation. It's been a recurring thing. And when I come off here, you can see all the negative hate, people talking about Bible and all kind of nonsense. But you're not going to use the Bible to quote when a child is being molested. You're not going to use it when somebody's being killed. I don't have to answer to anybody. If you choose to call me Nkosi Phillips, political leader, Phillips said or whatever, fine. But do it respectfully.
But not it.
Yeah, not it, and not refer to him, her, and all them nonsense.
I think in one of the videos, and maybe I'm at liberty to say, but not you, that you refer to as
she, him, or whatever.
She, him. Yeah, something like that.
And I listen, everybody's entitled to their views. I respect everybody's views. But it comes a point when the disrespect has to stop. Yeah. Right? Because you cannot have a gender-based unit where you don't yourself know the definition of gender in your own police service. So for me, I'm not even saying anything. However they want to do it, let them do it. Because if they become disrespecting me, I would disrespect them the same way. Simple.
But you are taking legal action.
I have asked my lawyers to see where we can file legal actions against the officers or the TTPS in that regards. And the persons also circulated or posted the video and edited it. We are looking at our options to see how far we can go with it. But as I said, I've written to Mr. Nurse and I'm waiting on a response to him because I would have requested certain things to let him launch an investigation into this matter and to hear what his response is, and I'm giving him that time before I proceed. And I know I'm telling you now, I'm contesting the ticket in March.
Some persons say, but it would be so much easier to just pay the ticket. And
if I had done something wrong, I would have paid the ticket. I am not doing that.
Okay.
And we have to put an end to this nonsense, because I've seen persons, these young men getting tickets just because the answers stand up to them. They are abusing authority, and nobody in Tobago is saying anything, and it has to stop. I am not accepting any nonsense, and that ticket will not be paid. I will be contesting it, and I'll be going all out. And if I don't get the victory there, I'm going all to the United Nations just to get them, because I'm not leaving it like that. It has to stop. I am tired. I'm frustrated, and I need to leave. I just need to just have one day without having to look over my shoulder. It has to stop. And I'm leading by example. I'm going to set an example with all of them. It has to stop. And I just want to say again, there are good persons and good people in the police service, and it's not everybody I'm coming after, but it has to stop. Speak to your colleagues. Let the police service educate them as to treating people, treating with the public, and everything will go fine. That's all I'm saying.
Nikosi, the officers who, you mentioned officers who made sexual advances towards you.
Right. And I said, in treating with that, I said that. But I never mentioned those four in the car, and I never even said how I said it. I just said that things will be exposed if they keep on treating with the behavior of how they're treating me, right? And to put an end to that, let me just look at this. Thank you. That's it. That's just to put an end to it, right? And I'm not going to expose anybody. I'm not going to do anything, because at the end of the day, if I don't get justice, that's it. That's it. I think that's supposed to end the show right there.
We're gonna wrap this interview. We're gonna wrap this interview at this time, viewers. Nikosi, we want to thank you for being on the program, and we trust that all goes well for your future endeavors. Viewers, coming up on the program just after when we come back, we're gonna be chatting with. Nikosi threw me off. We are going to be chatting with Dr. Winford James. And Julian is going to be back with us. So share the live, share the live, share the live.
Trinidad and Tobago, I am Nigel Paul, winner of a bronze medal at the recently concluded IABA World Boxing Championships for men held in Serbia in the 92 plus kgs category. I got vaccinated to represent the red, white and black with distinction. So now I'm asking you, all citizens, to please get the vaccine. Do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for the country. We the athletes want to train every day and bring back medals for you. So don't hesitate, vaccinate today.
Citizens, get the vaccine for you, me, and TNT. Don't hesitate. Vaccinate today. Kindly sponsored by NLCB, DeSalcott.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
To all Tobagonians and visitors of this beautiful island, the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is seeking your efforts and support in keeping a clean and organized, friendly environment. In doing so, drop-off bins are located at strategic areas around Tobago for your recyclable materials such as plastics, aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and tetra packs in bags, and let's protect our environment. Our own Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is here to propel that change. Look for the white bin nearest to your area.
Carnival is the time when you let yourself go to that place in your soul that your mind want to go, holding on to a bumper and just whining away your life. So when you see them girls coming and they whining down low, it have nobody outside there, you know. And that's a sad thing. Because we want to get back to some level of normalcy. And the only way to do that is by taking the vaccine. So TNT, let's do this. Let's get back to normal. Please, don't hesitate. Vaccinate.
Citizens, get the vaccine for you, me, and TNT. Kindly sponsored by NLCB, Desalcott.
Jump up and down like you just don't care. It's carnival time. You could feel it in the air. This I wanna go on clear.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:29 a.m. and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live here from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Yes, viewers on the live, only Ria had that exclusive view. Only Ria did. All right, folks. As we, and we are live here on here. Yes, this is Tobago Updates, and we try to capture the critical information on time so that we share it with you, the public, as we go forward to treat with issues and concerns here within the Tobago space and beyond. Ria, are you okay?
I am. I am. This was an interesting morning. This was an interesting morning. But you know, Julian, I think we need to move along.
Who do we have up next in this segment, Ria?
So we will be chatting this morning with Ira Mathur, and it's a pleasure and a privilege this morning. Ira is the president of MAT, which is the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And we're talking about MAT's new executive. Good morning and welcome to Ira Mathur.
Good morning. It's so lovely to be here. You know, Tobago is my first home, so it's an absolute pleasure.
Well, we are happy to be able to chat with you this morning. So you should visit us sometime. Hopefully, you know, as things settle for the new year, we can see more of you in Tobago.
Absolutely. That's the plan. We'll be coming soon.
Okay, then. All right. So tell us about MAT's new executive. You were recently appointed, yes?
Yes. We have 3 new members in the executive. We have Candace Jackson. We have Clayton Clark. And we have Robert Taylor. We're thrilled to have all 3 of these journalists on board. As you know, Tobago has felt on the sideline, and I knew how it felt. Even though when I was a child, when I was there was always the feeling that Trinidad has the eye of the nation, and Trinidad and Tobago sometimes gets left behind. So, following the resignations of 3 members of the executive, we decided, in a quorum, we looked around, we reached out to people, and these were the 3 people who came to mind. The 2 people from Tobago were extremely important to us because under this new MAT, we have made a real outreach effort, especially in Tobago, because from speaking to people in Tobago, from asking them to come into MAT, I had an initial sense of huge disillusionment that, you guys reach out to us only during an election and then we're forgotten about. So I thought in reaching out to lots of people from Tobago, it would be great to get the news of what's happening in Tobago, the concerns of Tobago journalists, and, make sure that they're very much in the center and not in the side of MAT.
Morning. For the benefit of viewers who indicate we only hear from the Media Association when there's something controversial or some issue involving a member of the media. But give us a much broader sense of what is the responsibility of the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
The responsibility of the Media Association is twofold. Its primary responsibility is to uphold the 4th Estate. And the 4th Estate is the media, journalists, who are basically a reflection of society, right? We're like a mirror to society. And we're primarily there to ensure that people who are in power are being scrutinized, and we're there as watchdogs. We're there as voices of people who don't have a voice, and our role is so crucial that in a sense we also overlook all the institutions of democracy. So if you think about them, the institutions from law, from the judiciary to parliament, we are the watchdogs to ensure that there isn't a blending of these various powers, that they are kept separate as they should be kept in a democracy, and most of all, that there is not abuse of power in the people that we have elected as a democratic people on behalf of the people. So that is the first role. Okay. The second role, as all organizations, professional organizations such as this, is to ensure that our own journalists are looked after. So, for instance, in the Law Association or the Medical Association, they ensure that the professionals have a health plan, are basically looked after, that they feel that they have a safety net. If you think about journalists during the pandemic, you know, our journalists and our reporters have done an amazing job. You know, a study conducted by the International Federation of Journalists on global journalism shows that nearly every freelance journalist has lost revenues or work opportunities. More than half of all journalists are suffering from anxiety. Dozens of journalists have been arrested, and many journalists have shifted their focus to covering COVID-19 related stories. When I personally reached out to a lot of journalists, including journalists from Tobago, I was really shocked. This is before the election, before the executive, and then the new executive came into power, is that a lot of our journalists are actually suffering from anxiety. A lot of our journalists are ill. A lot of our journalists are probably, you know, not getting the kind of remuneration that they ought. Although we are not under the remit of a union, we can say that our journalists, that despite a lot of the odds, even when, you know, COVID was raging and there was no vaccine, remained on the front lines and ensured that news was brought to the people of Trinidad and Tobago and kept that light of democracy alive. So we would also say that, yes, we are looking after the fourth estate, which is our primary responsibility, but our responsibility is also to ensure that our journalists to some level feel supported, whether it's in terms of health or training programs, or any kind of support by our organization.
For you or for Matt to have that Tobago involvement in the association this time around?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the first part of that question.
How important was it for Matt to have the Tobago involvement? You mentioned two persons who added to the team, to Matt's board, from Tobago, Clayton Clark and Candice Jackson. How important was that for the association this time around?
Well, you know, it's like Trinidad and Tobago. It's like the heart and the soul, one arm in the other arm, one eye in the other arm. I mean, it's crucial. You know, we're a twin island, we're a twin country, and I personally felt, perhaps because I also grew up in Tobago and I have a very personal attachment to Tobago, but that's separate. I personally felt that if we're, as an organization, we want to represent the entire country, then it's really important that Tobago should be represented, and not the Trinidadian version of Tobago, right? And especially now when the movement has not been so easy between Trinidad and Tobago. We are here, the Tobago journalists are on the ground, they're talking to people at all levels, from the Tobago House of Assembly to, you know, the man on the street. They know more than any of us do in Trinidad what's happening in Tobago. The journalists there know what are the issues regarding the fourth estate in Tobago, because they are attending the press conferences, they are attending, they're going to the marches, they're on the ground. So to me, I would say that it was absolutely crucial for Tobago to be involved. And for too long, I feel that Tobago has not had its rightful place in the Media Association. And I'm actually very delighted that we have two members and you know, people who are very highly respected and extremely and also liked as human beings because of the way they conduct themselves. I feel that people in Tobago, and maybe I have a bias, is that no matter what the issues are in Tobago, they conduct themselves in an extremely respectful and responsible kind of way. So I'm actually thrilled, and I also think that they will add to how we operate as an executive and improve the Trinidad arm of us as well. So we're delighted, and it's crucial to answer your question.
Particularly, you made mention earlier in terms of Matt being responsible for that fourth estate in relation to the media. So, I want to ask you a bit of a controversial question here. How then does Matt treat with the scenario when senior, well-respected members within the journalistic community take up what may be considered or gets mixed within the payroll of the government and state-related agencies, of which it is supposed to be, keeping that watchdog effect? How does Matt treat with that potential conflict of interest in media?
Well, that's a very, very good question. And there's a twofold answer. One is that as a protector of the fourth estate, we do have to make we set out various guidelines, and they're mostly imposed by ourselves as journalists first, and secondly by our organizations. So if you think about it, all major media organizations have their own code of ethics for their journalists, and this is there's a line. Their line editors, there's process. Their line editors are supposed to follow that as well. So Matt has a very fine line between ensuring and encouraging best standards and doing workshops to encourage best practice and interfering in the roles of newsrooms. So, for instance, if something like this happened, that a journalist was in bed, so to speak, with a politician, that would be the remit of the actual media houses to sort out. And should a member of the public like yourself say, well, we don't think this is right, that is not the remit of Matt. So there's a Media Complaints Council, which is an independent council, and it's charged with enforcing the code of practice framed by the TTPBA, and it's ratified by the Media Complaints Council. So all media members must maintain that kind of level objectivity in terms and their own self-integrity. A lot of journalism is about self-monitoring, right? And when that doesn't happen, it's externally starts to get externally monitored. First of all, from your own media house, which is still okay, but then the public can go to the Media Complaints Council and make complaints. But where it gets really dangerous is that when journalists don't monitor themselves and fall out and don't basically follow our own code of ethics, which is really part of our DNA. When you become a journalist, you kind of almost know it. Then it's easy for outside forces to jump in and tell us what we're supposed to do. And that is what we try to guard. So to just summarize very quickly, there's a Media Complaints Council where the public can go and say, we're seeing this happening in a media house and it's wrong. And if there's wrongdoing within a media house, then that's the remit of the actual editors and managing editors. And, they will have their own line of responsibility and they will have to respond there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you this morning. And all the best to you and to Matt. In fact, all the best to us, yes. All of us.
Yes.
And probably this is a good opportunity. As president of Math, would you like to send out any commendations? Because I often tell persons throughout this entire pandemic, the role of the media has been so critical in making a lot of virtual engagements very successful. So as president of Math, your closing words to friends and colleagues.
This is a pandemic, and with so many of our people dead, almost 3,000 of our people dead, this is also a war. And this is my personal opinion and not necessarily the opinion of Matt. I respect people to have their own opinions. I would say to people, be safe. And part of that safety is follow the science, get vaccinated, and help us all get back to a normal, and please let us save our people. So that's my message.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. Ira Mathur, the
It's been my
president of
pleasure.
MAT, which is the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much there again.
Thank you.
And
It's been my pleasure.
at this point, viewers, we head straight into our next segment, This Day in Tobago History with Devon Adana.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on January 4th, 1819, the governor's daughter died of the Spanish flu? According to the Office of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago website, buried on the grounds of the President's house at Mount William in Tobago are the 3 children of Governor Sir Frederick Robinson, who succumbed to the yellow fever epidemic which swept the island in the years 1819 and 1820. 201 years ago today, however, according to Caribbean History Archives, the daughter of Governor Robinson died. Her name was Harriet Robinson, and she was 10 years old. She was the first of the Robinson children to die of the disease. Her elder sister and brother would follow in 1820. Her tombstone states that she died January 4th, 1819, age 10, of the malignant fever with which the island was afflicted. She was a child of the most amiable and promising disposition and endearing in the highest degree. You've been watching This Day in Tobago History. My name is Devon Adana. Back to you in studio.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
The Tobago Updates Morning Show. This morning we're switching gears just a little bit. We are talking with Cicely Louis, and Cicely is the CEO of Kissed Cosmetics. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you on our program this morning. You are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Is that why you decided to get into cosmetics? What?
Actually, I started this being obsessed with lip gloss.
Oh, so you were one of those in that era of your lip gloss be popping, my
Yes.
lip gloss be cool. Okay, so all right, so you were obsessed with lip gloss.
Yes.
And what did you do then?
Well, actually, I was always the girl that always had lip gloss. But I never thought of having a lip gloss company. It was never in my mind.
So no matter what was happening with your hair, clothes,
it could be a mess, but the lip gloss was always on point.
And as these young people say, was on fleek.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so you had your lip gloss. So what did you decide to do?
Well, when COVID started, I actually came up with the idea. I ran it past my friends, family members, you know, and I asked them what they thought. And they thought it was a good idea. So one night, I sat up all night with my friends on the phone and I researched everything there was about lip gloss. How to make it, how to bottle it, everything, where to get the packaging, how to package it, how to make it safe for persons to use. So my friends actually stayed up with me all night on the phone until the day was clean and we figured out how to get it done.
What is unique about your lip gloss?
Well, I make it for myself. They all come with different fragrances. The texture is more of a thick consistency rather than thin and runny, but it's not too thick that when you smack your lips together, it's sticky.
You know, yeah, you know, some lip gloss would give you that stretch.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Almost as though there was okra in it. For whatever better
It's not like that. It's more of a smooth but shiny finish.
Okay, good. Now, you also have a few other products. Tell us about these products.
Okay, so we have some soaps which are handmade and all natural. So we have charcoal, turmeric, and moringa. Yeah.
Interesting.
I made them all myself.
Okay.
We also
but how did you move, Cicely, how did you move from lip gloss into soaps and whatever else?
Well, I did take a little break from my business last year. And I was trying to figure out how to come back. How do I make people aware of me again to make sure that persons didn't forget about Kiss Cosmetics. So I sat down and I did some research. The first thing that I came up with was this, or Rose facial serum. It's a face oil that you put on. However, it's not oily on your face. Because I have combination skin, I thought of, I'd never get an oil for my face that
what do you mean by
doesn't leave me
combination
oily.
skin?
So it's dry and oily. So in some areas of my face, I have oily skin, but in some areas, it's really dry.
Right.
So I said that I never get a product that fits my skin the way I want it to.
Can you hold it up so we can get a clear
So
shot
this is
of
it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I did my research on this first, and this is what I came up with. I tested it on everybody. I tested it on my family, on my friends. I think that they are definitely tired of testing out
They
my
are your guinea pigs, and
yes,
I'm sure they're
they
happy to
are.
be your guinea pigs.
Because they have tried every single thing that I've ever came up with.
Right.
So this was really my entryway back onto social media, back into the life. And it was really a hit. Within the first week, I had all 10 bottles that I created sold out. So after that, I came up with the scrubs. These body scrubs could be used on your face or on your body. Yeah, we have charcoal as well as vanilla. We also have turmeric as well, which I ran out of, as well as watermelon, which I ran out of as well.
Watermelon, interesting.
Yes.
Right.
So all of them are scented exactly like what it says. The turmeric is scented more pineapple. And the vanilla smells like vanilla. The charcoal, I think, is one of the obsessions that everyone has because it smells very sugary.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this one is probably one of the best-selling scrubs. I'm surprised that I have any here to share with you guys.
And what else is on the, what else do you have there?
This is our latest addition. We have a beard oil and a beard balm. This one is for the guys.
Oh, beard oil and beard balm. I tell you, you know, there was a time, Cicely, there was a time when men were not obsessed with cosmetics.
Exactly.
Men would just, you know, shave, go to the barber, shave their head, shave their beard,
Exactly.
and they go. But now we're seeing men taking care of their beards.
Yeah. So this was nowhere in my intention to come up with this.
What propelled this? What prompted this?
All the guys always message me and say, so where are the things for the guys? Always. So you don't have anything for guys? Although these scrubs and the soaps are still made with the guys in mind, they still think that they need their own product just for them. Okay. So I did exactly that.
Now what is the beard oil and the
Well, the beard oil is really for growth and to help moisturize your beard.
Guys really want moist beards? I'm just asking.
Yes.
They really
guys
want moist
do
beards?
not like their beards to be dry. It's surprising to me too. It surprised me that guys like to take care of themselves just the same way that ladies like to take care of themselves.
This is interesting.
Yes.
So where can the products be found?
Okay, so we're mostly based online. On my Instagram page, it's shop.kissed, or you can message me via WhatsApp on 796-4387.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning.
Thank you.
An interesting product line, I'll tell you that. How did you come up with the name Kiss?
Well, it stemmed from the lip gloss.
It's all about the lips. It's all about the lips. All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us, my dear.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best to you.
Thank you.
For 2022.
Thank you.
Viewers, we are going back to Julian. Julian's going to be joining us on set in just a little while. So continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Good morning. Put a smile on your Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:55 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. We're coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. This is our final segment here this morning. Rhea, it's been an interesting morning.
It has been.
And the question of the day, Rhea, what did those eyes see, Rhea? What did those eyes see?
I wish I could unsee what I saw. I wish I could unsee what I saw. Nkosi is taking the matter further, and it's not the first time that this has happened. And as a result of that, a stand needs to be taken. A stand needs to be taken, and right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm chatting with a colleague just yesterday who plays football almost every weekend on the Signal Hill grounds, the Signal Hill recreational field. There is someone who forever ties their sheep and or goats on the field. They have to be contending with, if not grass, animal feces. They have asked and approached the village council to please speak with the individual and not have them tie the animals on the grounds. Because somehow it is alleged that somehow this individual is related to a police officer, nothing is being done. In fact, and this is crazy, right is right, wrong is wrong. This has nothing to do with whom you are related to. This has nothing to do with who you're married to. Why would you tie your animals on the recreational grounds for the community and not want to do anything about it, not want to remove them? Why? Because you are related to a police officer? Come on.
It's very irresponsible, and you see, in these circumstances, this is where we need to call out and get the message out there clearly. The Signal Hill facility does not belong to you. It belongs to the people of Tobago. And therefore, you ought to be more responsible in the conduct and the way that you operate. And Rhea, we have to take these things very seriously.
Definitely.
When they come up and when they show up. But I don't want to miss this opportunity as well, Rhea, on the live here as we in this final segment. I'm seeing Kiana Jones on the live. Rhea, and I paused to ask about this hairdo.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that.
I paused to ask about this hairdo that Rhea has in. Rhea, who's responsible for this hairdo?
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that. My hairstyle this month was sponsored by Hair Sanctuary, yes, as well as To Her Perfection, which is Kiana Jones. Kiana was on our program last week. Last week, was it? About 2 weeks.
Yes.
About 2 weeks ago. All right. So she, the braids were sponsored by Hair Sanctuary, and Kiana did the braiding. So yes, my hair. Yes, thank you so much, Kiana Jones. A very young and upcoming.
Extremely proud of her.
Definitely.
I'm extremely proud of her. To her perfection. Well done, Kiana Jones.
I'll just say one thing to Kiana this morning. Kiana, please eat.
Yeah, to be able to take that time out in between working, right?
Definitely.
All right, good. Karen, mommy, I'm going to hold you responsible. Make sure she eats.
Yes.
All right. We also want to shout out this morning on the live rear. We have Bianca Williams. We have AJ Allen, Nigel Davidson, Ria Francis, Ornella Beard, Onika Maz. Good morning, Onika Maz. All right. We see Keith Thomas also on the live. Kerry Porter on the live. Sean Coffey on the live with us this morning. We want to thank all of you for the continued love and support. We are our usual supporters, Lisel James, Latoya Anderson, Cindy Taylor is also joining that queue as well, and Kuki Melville, Teresa. We see you all on the live. Thank you for joining us and connecting with us here on the Tobago Updates morning show.
Now, I don't know if these persons have to get to work for 8 o'clock. I'm really not interested in that, but I'm always happy that they can take the time to join us on the live and join us for the program. So it's always a pleasure to be in your company.
All right. And viewers, we want to tell you this is 2022 and you can look forward from next week. We'll be giving you some more info as we go through this week. You can look out for, we'll be having the return of our newscast coming to you in the evening. So look out for more details as we go through the rest of this week in terms of the specifics. But you can expect coming next week, our newscast will be returning. This is the Tobago Updates morning show, folks. Thank you so much again for having us on with you this morning.
And we are calling it a wrap. Just a quick good morning to Tracy McNeil Waldron joining us on the live at this time. So have a great day, Tobago. Stay safe on the roads, and we will see you, God willing, tomorrow. So remember to wear your mask, sanitize, and socially distance. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier.